Hello and welcome back to the Innsmouth Case with me, Bardon. Right, so let's see what happens from here. So we've got beach. Yeah, let's close the last chapter. Okay, so we've seen... So we'll go until we get back and see what happens from there. So we've already read this stuff, so I'm not going to read it again. Until we get into the dream, and then we'll see what we do from there. Or maybe actually back to our room, and maybe make slightly different choices. Okay, we'll greet him as we did last time. We'll agree as we did last time. We're quite exhausted. Okay, back to the room. Right. Let's freshen up, but not as much as we did last time. Fresh armpits are what distinguish humans from animals. You enter the bathroom under the flickering ceiling light, whose lamp has probably never been replaced. You brush your teeth. Freshen up quickly. You quickly brush your teeth and give yourself a quick wash. These away from home jobs, you realize how far away you are from your home, your dirty apartment, and your even dirtier office. Now that you are finally ready for bed, your body feels as heavy as lead. You stand in the middle of the room. The warm, stuffy air gives you a pleasantly tired feeling. You are safe here. There might be incestuous maniacs out there on the streets, but here you are safe from them. You drop into bed like someone who has no intention of ever getting up again. Well, last time, that is exactly what happened to us. You transition fluidly into your dreams. You've only just closed your eyes and you're already somewhere else. Suddenly your worries are very different. You're running in a desolate, grey maze of winding alleys. You can hear the cheerful laughter of a small child. If only you could catch up, you could save the child and take them home to safety. You sprint down the path and turn around the corner, then around another. The alleyway stretches out in front of you, but there's no person to be seen anywhere. What was that? Was that a shadow in the corner of the street back there? The silhouette of a figure? You realise that someone is following you. Let's look over his shoulder this time. Oh, you cast a hasty glance over your shoulder. Then you see them out of the corner of your eye. Shadows, but they've repugnant bodies. You can't really put it any differently. You catch glimpses of oily skin, swollen boils, and even tentacles, but nothing stays in one place. Everything seems to be constantly moving around. The body is in metamorphosis. Patches of skin tear open and close again with awful smacking sounds. You briefly catch a glimpse of the thing that was following you silently, but you know you've already seen more than you should have. That short glance was more than enough. No human being can stand looking at this creature without completely losing their mind. It's right behind you. The figure in the distance has already disappeared behind the next corner. Maybe you can still catch up with it. The alley winds through the town in confusing ways. Nothing makes sense anymore. Whenever you move, you never arrive in the place you expected to. It feels as if slowly but surely you're walking right into the jaws of a massive monster. All of a sudden the walls close in on you, and then the path becomes so narrow that you have to walk sideways in order to fit through. Whatever is behind you is getting closer. There must be another way. Yeah, there's not much time left. There must be another way. Take a step backwards. The buildings of the strangely narrow alley extend high up into the sky. Innsmouth didn't have buildings that high, did it? There were no windows for you to climb in, no doors you could knock on, and there is still something behind you. Keep moving, keep moving. There is no point in following this endless labyrinth forever. With bated breath, you turn around and look down the street you just came from in order to face whatever is pursuing you. No matter how hard you try, your eyes refuse to look directly at it. The tentacled meatball right in front of you seems to be only a small outgrowth of the much larger but also shapeless and impossible creature that is following you. You begin to despair. You close your eyes. And your fear is gone, but that thing really did that thing really look that horrible? Did it actually resemble the creature from the cartoon series about a school full of monsters? It was naked and carried its 2 eyes in its hands. Cartoon series are pretty sick sometimes. Heavy steps announced the bizarre creature is approaching you. Let's wait. Keep calm. Your mind is racing. Not looking directly at the creature has suddenly allowed you to come to your sense again. You can hear steps, slimy, shape-shifting steps. Quick, what now? Kick it in the face or run. Kick it in the face. Nothing matters anymore. You shift your weight, swing your leg and kick. By Jove, you kick. Your initial plan was to kick the thing in the face. This is easier said than done with a shape-shifting blob, but you're lucky. Maybe a head will spontaneously form where your foot lands. Another sound, no step this time. It sounds like a wet sack falling over. Good kick. Heavy load has been lifted off your shoulders. You feel free. A wonderful dream, the kind where you face your subconscious fear and defeat them. Maybe the fact that your subconscious has projected an obnoxious blob should give you food for thought. But you can go over the details with a therapist later. Your successful fight against the nightmare creature has relaxed you. You sleep the sleep of the righteous, or something like that. Your sleep is only interrupted when you hear a soft chant. Ia, ia, Cthulhu Fthang. Ia, ia, Cthulhu Fthang. Ia, ia, Cthulhu Fthang. Ia, ia, Cthulhu Fthang. It seems a group of people have invaded your room while you were sleeping, carrying torches and pitchforks. They have squeezed themselves between the bed and the closets, their faces hidden by hoods. You're quite grateful for the hoods because they hide the hideous faces of these locals. Your suspicion that radioactive waste is being disposed of in Innsmouth is confirmed once again. The light of the torches dances frantically on the wrinkled faces of the people staring down at you, shining beetle eyes, bulging lips. You've seen these deformations many times during your short time in this town. While the crowd merely gazes at you like you were an animal in a zoo, a pop-eyed man with sunken cheeks leans over you. In his hands he holds something shiny. He's holding a knife right over the place where your heart is. The man remains in this position and clears his throat quietly. Oh well, this is inconvenient. Hey, what the heck? A group of strangers invading your room, repeating chants and waking you up? These hillbillies sure picked the wrong victim. Hey, what the heck? You growl at them, thoroughly annoyed. The man who was just pointing his dagger at you flinches. His arms slowly sink down, irritated. He exchanges looks with his comrades. You don't know that yet, despite spending a whole day in Innsmouth. There is an uncomfortable silence in the room. Are you being serious? Yes, I'm being serious, damn it. Yes, I'm being serious, damn it, you reply defiantly. Glances are being exchanged yet again. You feel like you're back in school, but you can't follow first grade material. The group sighs collectively. The gaunt man scratches his head with the dagger. Okay, so, what do you know? Did you notice anything weird today? You look back on the day. No, nothing. Really? The man rolls his pop eyes. Although you can't see under the hoods of the other people, you're pretty sure that the others are doing the same. Okay, so where to start? The stranger sinks to his knees and thoroughly taps the flat side of the dagger on the edge of the bed. Well, for starters, we all pray to Dagon, ruler of the ocean. This is, well, Dagon can change shape. He prefers the shape of amphibians or octopods. A kraken, someone in the crowd says helpfully. Yes, that's right, kraken. More than 100 years ago, the founding families of Innsmouth committed to following the order of Dagon, in order to never go hungry again. Mummy, I'm hungry. Shh! Annoyed, the man casts a glance over his shoulder and then continues. On nights with favourable constellations of stars, we sacrifice infidels. Today is such a night. He waves his dagger. All those involved in such a sacrifice, he gestures to the rest of the group. You begin to feel like the single customer in a sales presentation. Are in Dagon's good books for the rest of the year. He takes a deep breath. Dahlia Marsh is from one of the founding families. Well, she's pretty good at luring victims to Innsmouth that nobody will miss, you know? The pregnant pause gives you a knot in your stomach. And in addition, a group of chosen individuals will be united with Dagon's children. They perform the dance of the deep on the beach, late at night when the moonlight shimmers green. Dance of the deep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second, you interrupt the man. I was on the beach today, late at night. There was this show with dancers and people in costume. You witnessed the dance of the deep? Someone asks. The group comes closer to the bed. They are clearly intrigued. Did you see any of the deep beings? Deep beings? That can only mean those theatre nerds. You mean the guys in costumes? God, we're really not getting it, are we? Once again, there's silence in the room. Those, weren't costumes. This all has to be a joke. Haha! Although, you have to admit, it did all look pretty lifelike. Your throat is closing up. Did you unite with any of these beings? Another one asks excitedly. Of course not. Of course not, you say, scandalized. Geez, imagine if you had taken part in the orgy. You breathe a sigh of relief. You narrowly escaped an act of bestiality. It must be a lot to process all at once, the group giggles. Well, now that all your questions have been cleared up, the leader of the group brings himself into position again, clutching the handle of the dagger with both hands. Iya, Cthulhu Fathang. Confused and overwhelmed by everything you heard, you sink back onto the bed. The dagger hovers ominously over your heart. Iya. Sorry, Greg? Someone taps the man, Greg, on the shoulder. What is it? He hisses, turning his head without changing his posture. Well, it's just after midnight. Greg doesn't move. He still squints over his shoulder to his followers. It's what? What's the time? 1:15. I think we chatted for too long with our intended sacrifice. We were a bit late to start off with. Greg drops his arms and staggers back, as if this news has hit him like a blow. How can that be? Why didn't anyone say anything? You were all... The other one clenches his fists. Right in the middle of it. Get out! Everyone out! Greg waves his hand, which is still holding the dagger. The part of the group that is closest to him ducks slightly in order to avoid the blade. When everyone is left, he turns to you. Greg looks down on you like you're nothing more than vermin. Just wait until next constellation. Then we'll get you. He hesitates a moment. You must of course come back to Innsmouth for that. You don't have the funds to get to your... never mind. He stomps out of the room and closes the door behind him. Did you just manage to avoid certain death? A shiver runs down your spine. Although you're not 100% sure whether you're safe, sleep tempts you. It's just after midnight and your eyes are tired. Was this the only horde of armed lunatics on the road at that time? You spend the rest of the night... Yeah, we're going to sleep because... Come on, if you escape like dying in your sleep and then escape a crazy cult as well who are going to sacrifice you, you deserve a sleep. The bed is too warm and comfy for such unimportant things as staying alive to keep you from snuggling back into it. Relieved about your decision, you scurry under the blanket and lay your head on the pillow. You spend the night in a deep, dreamless sleep. Then it's dawn. In a haze, you walk into the bathroom and change. Your face in the mirror above the sink looks like it's aged by many years. You walk through the corridors, then down the stairs to the foyer. You give Mr. Gilman the key. I hope you had a pleasant night in our hotel. Very nice of you to bring back the key. Would you be so kind as to fill out our questionnaire? With a stiff smile, he hands you a sheet of paper and a pen. You fill in the questionnaire. Why not? You roll your eyes pointedly, but then you start to fill in the form truthfully, apart from current personal details. Would you recommend the Gilman Hotel to your friends? How satisfied were you with the service? Was there always a contact person available for you? You whistle quietly. The nerve of him. You'd love to ask Mr. Gilman questions about everything that went on last night, but an instinct that usually prefers to sleep advises you to get out of here while you can. None of the holidaymakers that you met around town yesterday are anywhere to be seen on your way back. The bus leaves Innsmouth for Boston, is already waiting for you. It seems to be just waiting for you. You and a handful of disfigured villagers. Not a single tourist is among the travellers. They are probably much smarter than you and all arrive by car. When the old bus starts to move, you decide to stop thinking about it. Okay, and that's where we leave that one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the rest of this here, and if there's some more time on this, it means I've tacked this on to the other one, so we'll see. Months later, you jerk awake, only the pale moonlight seeps through the blinds of your apartment. It must be very late in the night. You're soaked in sweat, as per usual. You sit up on the edge of the bed and try to calm down. You're safe, you're at home. You've managed to put an end to their schemes, the kidnappings and all the lies. You've escaped, but you're still under the spell of Innsmouth. Okay, so that one, a bad feeling, but you returned to Boston. You did everything you could. Okay, so fair play to us, I guess. Right, so that's where I am actually going to end that one. So I hope you have enjoyed. I'm probably going to go back to previous chapters and maybe go to the lighthouse for starters. And see what happens if you go there instead of the beach. So for now, I hope you have enjoyed. Hope you're keeping safe there, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.